All right, guys, how you doing? This is video number 2, developing your why, developing a goal statement and a plan, as well as scheduling out your next 30 to 60 to 90 days in your business. So let's get to it, okay? Number one, when you start your business, is you really want to sit down and identify your reason why. So many of us start this business and we have different plans for it, we have different reasons for it, but you want to find your underlying meaning why you're building this. Keep in mind, this business is a vehicle for you to get the things you want. You may want early retirement. You may want a fund for your kids' college. You may want to relieve stress of, feeling, wondering if you have a job next year or the next 10 years or whatever it happens to be. But identify what that is, get it clear in your head what it is so you can develop where you want to go, have a target. All right, so identify why you're building this. Why are you going to make the sacrifices? This is going to require extra time, right? And building residual income, here's the pill you got to swallow. You're going to do more work at first for less income, but in the future, you're going to do far less work for substantially more income than most people will make in their lifetime. So understand that there will take sacrifice. Why build a future? What do you want out of life? If you have to, a lot of people struggle with this question. If you ask, hey, what are 3 things you personally would like to have that you currently don't have because of your situations, what would they be? So many of us are okay trying to relate to the other things we need or things that people would like or maybe volunteer things. But personally, people sacrifice so much and they kind of forget about what they personally want out of life. It's your time to revisit that. You're going to also be able to do the things for other people and all that stuff you want, but you have to have a personal reason or reasons why you're building this. And also, what would life be if you don't actually succeed? And that's a great question because we don't get out of jail for free here with residual income. Some way, somehow, you're going to have to develop a plan for where you want to be, and residual income is needed if you plan ever on hopefully retiring at some point. The other thing I want to read is a company's why, because this makes you very powerful if you can understand this concept. I took this right from the company is the reason this company is formed, and the belief behind this is the definition of the company. So read this. The mission, the definition, the DNA of MarketAmericanShop.com is a passionate cause that is centered on average people being able to succeed and create a residual income that gives them time and freedom to do whatever their why is. So at the nucleus, at the business, is everything that ever happens is to make our business stronger. It's to make it easier. It's to grow your income. It's to help stabilize your income. It's everything to make the unfranchised owner's business successful. That is the root, the cause, and it's always been that way. Look at the 23-year history of this company. Everything goes back to a grassroots level for an average person to be able to grow a business that in the past was only available for the top 5% of society. And that's why our business is so strong. Now, understand, once you develop your why, and that's the center, the reason why you do this business, and then you can build the how and you can build the what. Those are the easy things. We get to teach that. That's called skill set. You'll get better every day and every month as you build this and learn. But your center, the reason, your purpose has to be so defined, and you merge that with the company's why, and that's when magic happens. That's when you start inspiring other people and make it something that other people can relate to. I wrote these reasons for me. When people go, why are you building harder now? Why can't you relax more now? It was a choice. I think things are going to get far worse for average people in the next decade, far worse than we've seen it. And I'm going to work as hard as I can to do my part to help. And I also think that we are at a rare point in time with this business where in 23 years, it's never been this great. And it's time to pioneer this, meaning you can do more work now and you'll have an explosive income because we're so far ahead of where the world is starting to go to. They're moving towards our model rather than the traditional way we've done business for the last 50 years. Truly is almost discovering a Google type of company or a Facebook or an Apple before everyone in the world knows about it. And that's a huge opportunity, and you need to be in a rush to build it. So here's some of the things that I wrote down when I went through my why. I believe we can challenge and change the way the world does business because we can now collaborate rather than work in competition. To change business from competition to collaboration, pioneer this business as a future of income. I believe as brick and mortar stores begin to decline and become ancient, that everyone's going to be moving to a virtual online franchise model. How are they going to do that? And isn't that exactly what we have? We have one huge company that allows anyone the rights to own and operate it using their platform, and they pay you to do it. It's brilliant. Give the average person control of their life, their money, and their time. The biggest reason I do this is because freedom. I want to wake up the next morning and decide where I'm going to be, who I'm going to be with, and what I want to do, and that I'm not tied to somebody who bought my time so that I can pay my bills. That is, I think, at the root of any reason you have, make that one of them is you deserve that freedom. And if you can fight for it and you create enough residual income, you now bought your life back and you can choose what to do with your time. If that's keep your job, great. Now you have two flows of income, but at least you have a choice. And that is probably one of the biggest reasons why you should do this. So you have choices. All right. And then to inspire others to create total time and financial freedom that lasts generations. You know, my original why I wrote down, I wanted to be home with my kids and I wanted to be home with my wife. And it wasn't just for the fact to do that. I wanted to have a relationship. I wanted to be there. I wanted to experience. I wanted to, have that relationship that I didn't necessarily have with my, growing up. And I think it's important. You can't get time back. Time is one of the most precious things. And once it's wasted, it's gone. And we don't know how much time we have going forward. So make sure you really get to invest as much as you want in time. All right. So write those reasons down. You can personalize this, but make them relatable. Okay. That's a big thing, a big key. All right, and look at this, Dr. Martin Luther King. We all know how amazing he was, but look at this. We follow those who lead. We don't do it for them, but we do it for ourselves. And it's those who start with their why, which is what you're doing, that have the ability to inspire those around them or find others who inspire them. You see, in order to attract the great people that you're going to need to partner with, and the people that you want to invest your time with, and the ones who are deserving of that, and the ones who are deserving of this business and what it can create, you have to inspire them. You have to create interest. They have to see something in you that goes, I want to see what this person has to say. I believe this person might have a vehicle that could help me. And they're not building it for you. See, when people partner with you, when you identified your why, and that's your reason behind you building this business, they're not partnering because to have your why. They partner because they understand and relate to the mission. They relate to the cause. And when they come on board, it becomes their business. It becomes their why. You just happen to be the inspiration to get them to look, to get them to partner. Okay, it's so important. We're not in, for someone else to be successful. You're in it for yourself to be successful. This is your company, and it's so important to identify your why. Okay, so here's your action plan is I want you to sit down at the end of this video, and you have to complete your why. Why are you doing and building a shop.com business? Who will be attracted by your why? Who should care to listen to you? When you go out there after all these videos are done and you're building your company, why should people care? And who is going to be inspired by your reason? Those are things to think about as you write this out. Write it out, own it, believe it, and start to bring your cause to life. Your whole focus when you wake up, when you go to bed, and you operate your day is how do I bring that why to life? How do I make that a reality, even if your current situation is the opposite? Okay? Humans were born with the incredible ability to imagine. Imagination, science has defined it as, is the ability to recreate any situation or life to the point where if you can see it and you can feel it and you can hold that image in your head, your life physically will start to alter to create that imaginative life that you're thinking. That is just defining the things you want, bringing it, focusing on it, and it starts with your why, and you'll see opportunities that you pass by. You'll see new opportunities enter your life, new relationships, because it's in line with your thoughts and beliefs, okay? So important. Know your answer to what is it, all right? We're going to now go through, now that you wrote out your why and you sent that out, make sure you do that before going to video 4, okay? I want to just give you some things with goals, give you some things to help answer as you go forward and talk to people, because you may be starting the process now, and then give you the education. This is a key video, and I hope you really understand the power that's in this short little video, is understand your answer to what is it. So I'm going to help you. For people that eventually when you're talking to, they go, what is this shop.com thing? What is it? What do you do? Okay. Here's your answer. You can say, I'm a, whatever you do now, teacher, I'm a janitor, I'm a lawyer, I'm an accountant, I'm whatever you are, and I own a shop.com business. You haven't seen a friend in a while. What have you been up to? Oh, I'm currently teaching music here, but I also started and own a shop.com business. See, I always put it in my description. It's who you are. It's part of what you are. Keep it simple. If they ask more questions, answer with short answers and then move off the subject. Oh, what is that shop.com business? Well, you shop online, right? Yeah. Well, shop.com is a vehicle to basically get me paid on all the online shopping I do. And, I realized there was an ability to develop an asset behind it. So, yeah, it's been really great. Anyways, what have you been up to? See, the more you can get to ask questions versus answer questions, you're in control of the conversation. If they ask tons of questions, that means they're curious. If you give them too much information, they're going to jump to a conclusion of what they think it is, and that's going to be the end of conversation. So I'd rather you be the one asking questions rather than them unloading questions and you creating the answers. Be the one that asks the questions, not the ones answering the questions, if that makes sense, okay? So here's an example. Someone goes, oh, you're a teacher in shop.com. What is shop.com? It's a website that that has its own brands and over 3,500 stores that actually partner, and they pay cash back. I decided to partner with them to create a residual income. So how you been? Simple answer, right? Really quick, and it's relatable. If they push for details, listen, I know it sounds like you have a lot of questions, and I did too when I heard about this. I'd love to explain more, but I'd probably just confuse you. How about this? How about I reach out and contact you and set up a time so I can show you how this business works? Or, hey, I have an event that I'm actually doing at my house or online webinar, and maybe you're available to come by. Would love to have you there. I'll let you know when it is, or it's this Friday or whatever it is. See, it's short, sweet, easy, non-confrontational, and it's something that if they're asking a lot of questions, just be like, you know what, sounds like you have a lot of questions. Why don't I do this? Why don't I reach out to on Facebook, or let me grab your phone number and text you, and I'll let you know when the next event is. Or, hey, if you happen to have one scheduled, just say, I happen to be doing a webinar with my partner this Thursday. Are you around? And someone might just say, hey, yeah, I'm around, and get them on, right? Very simple. Okay, so tips, keep your answer simple. Say one or two things, volley it. Don't explain the business. Please do not explain that you have to find two people, the cost. Keep it simple. The second you start giving more details, they automatically, here's what people are trying to do. They're trying to relate this to something they know, and this is unlike anything anyone knows. You would agree. So if you start giving little details and they start they go, oh, that's kind of like this or kind of like this, good or bad. And if they think they have enough information, they jump to a conclusion. So you don't want them to do that. The thing you want to focus on is, how do I get them to see this? That's it. Not a video, but in person or live. How do I get them to see this if they press for information, okay? Intrigue them. Do not solicit. Don't be weird. Move to appointment if they keep asking, all right? And this is going to be the last two steps of this video, is goal mapping. You want to be able to have a target. If you don't have a target, then you have no idea what you're doing and where you're going. Would you agree? So someone goes, well, why did you start shop.com? Well, I wanted to replace my income. Well, how much is that? It's $5,000 a month. All right, well, how long is it going to take you to build that? I have no idea. What's your target to get that done? I have no idea. If you have no idea, then that means somehow you're just going to kind of blindly build this business, and you're not going to know what to do, how to do it, and where you're going. You have to have a date, a target of what you want by that date, and then we go to work to get it done. JR wrote this letter when we were struggling with this, and we didn't have goals back in the day. This is 6 years ago, at least when I'm recording this video. And we got frustrated. We said, it's not happening at the speed we want, and what are we doing wrong? And he basically said, you must logically understand how you're going to actually hit whatever goal you want so you can believe it and become it. You understand that if you go, I want to be a millionaire in 3 years, and that's all you think, but you never broke down how much that is. Did you know that, to be a millionaire, you have to make $2,740 a day? Did you think about that, or did you just throw the number out? So now you have to figure out how to go to work to build this system to equal that, if that's your goal. All right, so you have to logically understand it, because if you don't and you just have a dream, that's all it is. So a dream with a deadline, that's a goal. That's what we have to do with a plan, okay? Here's some ideas to get you started around this. I like to break it down into 4 categories. What are the things you like to do to live? These are the fun things, man. Vacations, debt-free, new house, car. The easy one I think people have is to love. What do you want to do for other people? What do you want to do for the world? What bigger things past you and I do you want to get done? To learn. How about things you've just been putting off forever? I've been meaning to work out, or I've been meaning to learn guitar. I've been meaning to put that in there, and to leave. When we're all said and done and our time is expired, what have we left that's better than what it was like before we came here, and who could benefit? So think about those things, okay? So here's a funny example. This is an old one that we had done, but, personal, get ripped. I started taking classes, read, healthy mind, go sailing, ride a helicopter. By the way, we did that. And now we want to buy one. And then family, business, and then retail with the shopping annuity. Goals for the business, right? And isn't it funny? The bottom two, your business goals, when done, equal the top two. So that's how this all breaks down. You identify the things there, and you have the top two goals that happen to be taken care of. Do this with your mentor, okay? Do this. This is extra, but it's worth doing it. It's down to a science. You can determine exactly how much you want, when you want it, and you'll know exactly what to do every week in order to build the business big enough to financially achieve it, okay? And you have to understand, this is the logic part behind your goal. So do this with a mentor, but I'll break down the how this works. Is the average shop.com business owner, by just converting their spending over to earning, produces about 500 BV a month. In this goal, we're going to assume that they do half of that. Why do I say that? Is because, I don't know, maybe someone doesn't do what they should. Maybe that you have a few people that are slower. Let's assume half of that. That doesn't even include customers yet, okay? So we're going to think that some people will do under what they should, and if they happen to do more, guess what? You hit your goal early. It's a good thing, okay? We also know that if you identify 4 people that have interest in the shopping annuity or shop.com, and we show them the business overview live, that 1 out of 4 will lead to or become a business partner. Very simple. If I want to launch 2 partners, I got to show this to 8 people. It's simple math, right? And we have to understand the pay cycle. 0 to 5,000 BV on the left and right is $1,500, okay? We understand how that works. And now we're going to identify how to set a targeted goal. So here's an example, okay? You put down your start date, and then you put down the date that you expect to earn a certain amount of residual income, ongoing, not hitting it once, but ongoing. You take your start date today, and then your goal date of whatever that is, end on a Friday, by the way, because that's payday for us, Fridays. And then you say, all right, how many weeks from today till that goal? 16 or whatever it is. Figure it out. And then you say, by that date, I want to earn at least $300 monthly from shop.com, meaning I've stopped building, and automatically with the sales and volume and shopping annuity that comes in, I get $300. That's a great first goal to get, a residual income. It's a $3,600 pay raise you gave yourself by building this over 90 days or less, okay? Then what you do is go, how much volume do I need on my left and right to guarantee a $300 check minimally every 4 weeks? And in our business, it's just over 1,200 BV. That just came in every month. You would earn $300 to $600, okay? By the way, monthly, I just took 5,000 BV and divided it by 4, and that gave me $1,250. Now, how many people, if the average or below average unfranchised owner can do 250 BV guaranteed every month in just converting their spending over to earning, half of what they could do, how many people on the left and right would you need to produce that 1,250 BV or however much BV you expect in your business? And in this case, it would be 5. 5 times 250 is 1,250 BV. So if we had 5 shopping annuity owners on the left and 5 on the right, 2 of which you had to lead to directly, that would produce enough volume to guarantee you a $300 or $600 payout every single 4 weeks for the rest of your life if you maintain that, okay? So now that means we add those together. We need 5 on the left, 5 on the right. That's 10 total. 1 out of 4 plans will lead to a partner, so we times that or multiply that by 4. That's 40. And now we take 40 plans we have to show divided by how many weeks to our goal, and that's going to tell you average how many people we have to interview, show the plan to live over that week or those amounts of weeks from today all the way to our goal. And in this case, it's 2.5. So see how this logic breaks down? Hey, I want to guarantee a $3,600 pay raise, a $5,000 pay raise, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $300 a month, whatever your goal is. Now you break it down, and now you know how many plans have to be shown. It's not you personally showing the plans. It's your entire organization. So if you look down and you have any partners below you, anyone who shows plans or people, that counts towards your number of plans to show. So if I have 2 partners, right, and my goal is this, I have 40 plans to show over 16 weeks, and I have 2 partners, and they each have 4 that show up on a webinar this week, and I have 2, that's 10. That means week one of 16 weeks to the goal, we get the majority of it done. We cut in, we did 10 plans. Because remember, 100% is 100%. Anyone that enters your business is part of your business, is an equal business partner. So you want to print this out and you want to take the time to do it yourself. Okay. I'm going to put in, there's a download on this page, on this step of this video, where you can just print out this goals so you can just get it done. Okay. In addition to your why. So plan for emotional obstacles, plan for life-changing, scheduling issues, financial problems, life. Your company always needs to be on the front burner. Everything else put on the back burner. I can't tell you how many people make the mistake when things get hard or tough or life deals you blows, which, by the way, it's going to. So many people put this on the back burner when you should put other things on the back burner and move this to the front, because this is a thing that can help get you out of many situations that people end up dealing with in life. Crisis, job issues, relationship issues, all of that. If you took care of money and that money came in without you needing to invest your time, so many of your problems are so much better managed in your life. So push this to the front. Push everything else, the extra things you do, the volunteer, put it aside. And if you make this your priority, I guarantee it's going to pay off in a big way in the long run. Lastly, in this video is you want to schedule and book your events. As you begin to talk to people, as you begin to network, as you begin to build a team, you have to train your team. You have to get them showing up to something. Okay, this is a virtual asset, but would you agree that if you don't right now earn $100,000 a year residual income, that you probably have to learn some things? So I call this residual income college, NMTSS. We build from training to training, okay? And you need to know where the events are. And in our business, a ticket is your commitment to learning and building your business. If you don't have a ticket, you're doing it backwards, okay? And when you build a team, they're looking for, where do I go? Show me the way. Where do I go with you? Where do I go in my area? And if you don't know, you can't build a team. If you ever built a team and they never got trained, what's going to happen to your team? It's going to go away, right? So you have to get them trained. So work with your mentor, look up NMTSS. It's under the help tab in your back office. Identify your next big event in your area and make sure you get tickets not only for you, but your future team. If you want to make $100,000 a year or more in this business, these are the 13 non-negotiable dates that I would put in my life this year. Okay, 13 non-negotiable dates. And there's a big target to smaller targets. The big targets are the two big conferences, International and World Conference. Okay, that's where we go to the company as a collective entrepreneur group, and we learn the best from the best, and we learn the latest new releases that the company has, okay? All right, leading up to that, the company comes to our area and does a big training once a year. It's called a regional. Look up where your regional is. And then probably the biggest one to help you achieve all of these and move your team along and get everyone trained on the same page. Remember, this is an independent ownership, not making people dependent on you, but training them to know everything possible about this business so they can grow this to whatever level they want on their own time. It is local seminars. In my opinion, if you're building this and have a ticket to a local seminar, you're doing it right. If you don't have a ticket physically in your hand right now, you need to solve that today. Stop this video, contact someone in your upline and your mentor and say, I need tickets to my next local because I don't have them. Urgent right now, because none of what we're going to do to help you build this business will result in anything profitable if you don't attend the local seminars, okay? That is the glue of your business. And I've never met someone who's successful in this that doesn't build going to local seminars, okay? It's the one key trait or silver lining in all of this. So once you schedule all these things out, now it's easy. Now it's easy to go to make these contacts with your people, all right? Next steps, write out your reason why, okay, and email that to your mentor and print it out. Contact your mentor to book out webinar dates. Find different dates or times you can meet with people one-on-one. Purchase your tickets. That's what you got to do before you go to the next video. How do I get my tickets? My suggestion is at least get 4 every local, 1 for you, and then you have 3 to sell as we build into that event. Complete your goal statement with your mentor. Once you're done with that, you've successfully set up your business in a great way. Now you're going to move to the next video, which is identifying your top 20 and building your network. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you.